How many people heard about this? Washington State. Anybody know that this was going on in Washington State? Washington State diverted $340 million in C-19 funds to immigrants, including via $1,000 checks. So now while everybody is upset at what's going on in New York City with Eric Adams in the checks and the food cards for the migrants, not too many people talking about what's going on in Washington. A new report is highlighting how federal C-19 funds were used in Washington State to give $1,000 checks to illegal immigrants who were ineligible to receive federal economic impact payments during the pandemic due to their immigration status. Now, here's my question. How many people knew about that? If you guys knew about that, give me a thumbs up. If you guys did not know about that, give me a thumbs down. The report by the Economic Policy Innovation Center points to money administered by the C-19 State Local Fiscal Recovery Fund, which is called the SLFRF, which was created by the American Rescue Plan Act and was intended to help state and local governments with their response and recovery from the C-19 pandemic. Washington State received $4.4 billion in funding overall from that program. The report from the group, which calls for smaller government, highlighted how $340 million in funding went to a program that sent $1,000 checks to illegal immigrants in the state. I'm sure everybody's thrilled to hear that. You know, now let me ask you guys this. You know, some of these people that listen to this from the outside will sit here and say, well, this is quote unquote anti-immigrant propaganda. This is anti-immigrant propaganda. Let me ask you guys a question. How is this anti-immigrant propaganda when these funds were given to people who were not citizens? It's not like we're making anything up. So my question is, how is this propaganda? Let me ask you guys this question. Where were the funds supposed to go? Now that we know where the funds were supposed to go, did the funds go where they were supposed to go? Very simple. The funds approved by the Washington State Legislature in April of 2021 provided another round of funding for undocumented Washingtonians, according to an impact report on the program said. The Washington C-19 Immigrant Relief Fund was first set up in 2020 to grant checks to those ineligible for government assistance programs due to their immigration status. Why do they need checks? Let's start there. Why do they need checks? What kind of study was done to do this? Make it make sense. These are gifts. You know what I'm saying? Put a GIF emoji in the chat. These are gifts. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Grind and Motivate. These are gifts. Treasury documents confirm that the state has since provided an extra $340 million in federal relief funds for the one-time cash grants, with 10% of the funding went to community-based organizations to administer the program. The $340 million project is categorized as a cash transfer expenditure under the SLFRF, approved for the state of Washington. This means the Biden administration directly subsidized undocumented immigration under the guise of C-19 pandemic relief, the EPIC report said. The state said that it had previously invested $128 million of funding from the Trump-era CARES Act for 120,000 immigrants who did not qualify for economic relief, but the funding was not sufficient for the number of applications that the program received. Now, here's my question. Again, why are these people even getting anything? Why are these people getting anything? Does that make any sense? If it makes sense for these people to get anything, give me a thumbs up. If it doesn't, then give me a thumbs down. To me, it doesn't make any sense why these people are getting anything. This makes no sense to me. The fund has now ended, with the last payments going out in early 2023, state of